It usually starts quietly. You sit down on the edge of your bed one morning, and for a moment, you just stay there. Not because you're thinking, but because your legs feel slower. Your body not quite ready. No pain. No injury. Just a pause. Like your strength is waiting for something. At first, you brush it off. It's just a tired morning. You tell yourself. You get up. You move on. But slowly, almost unnoticeably, things begin to change. You stop standing as long at the sink. The grocery bags feel heavier than they used to, and sometimes your arms feel tired. Just from holding a cup of coffee a little too long. You don't talk about it, because it doesn't feel like a big deal. It's just getting older. Right. But what if it's not just age? What if this quiet fading has a name? Sarcopenia. The silent loss of muscle mass after 60. No alarms. No bruise. Just a slow unraveling of the strength you once counted on. Each year, by Jar, maybe 3% slips away. Not because you're lazy, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your body needs something. It's no longer getting, and if no one tells you, if you don't notice, it keeps going. Until one day, getting up from a chair takes 2 tries. Climbing stairs feels like a chore. And walking, just walking, becomes a task you have to plan for. But here's the truth, not the scary part. The hopeful one. You can stop it. You can slow it. You can even rebuild what you thought was gone. And you won't need pills, or complicated routines, or anything that makes you feel like you're failing. Because nature has always left clues. In color, in taste, in the fruits that grow. Quietly. Just like strength returns. In this journey, we'll explore 10 of them. 10 humble fruits, each with a story, each with a purpose. And if you let them, they may help you stand longer, walk farther, feel stronger again. Not to be who you were, but to become who you still are. Let's begin. There's something quiet about the early morning. The soft light through the curtain, the stillness of the room, the way your feet touch the floor. Slow, cautious, as if your body's still deciding whether it's ready to move. Mr. Leo, 78. Used to wake up like that. He'd sit at the edge of the bed for a minute or two, not to think, just to wait, for the stiffness to leave his knees. Some mornings, he'd need to push off the mattress with both hands, just to stand. But something changed, and it started. With a fruit, papaya. You've seen it before, soft, orange, almost shy in its sweetness. But few people know what it carries inside. Vitamin T, not just for colds, but to protect your muscles, to guard them from the quiet damage caused by years of inflammation. And then there's something else. Papain, a gentle enzyme that helps break down the food you eat. Because as we age, it's not only about eating enough, it's about absorbing, digesting, turning food into strength. Papaya does that. Silently, while you rest, while your muscles rebuild in the night. And here's something you might not expect. That soft, Cooling bite. It helps with another silent battle, constipation. Because when your body is backed up, when the gut is slow, everything feels heavier. Moving, standing, even breathing. Mr. Leo began with just a small bowl, a few ripe chunks in the morning, sometimes with plain yogurt, sometimes just as is. It didn't happen overnight, but after a few weeks, he noticed. He didn't have to brace himself to stand. He could walk to the kitchen before the kettle finished boiling. If this sounds familiar, if your mornings feel slower, if your knees whisper before your thoughts catch up, you're not alone. Try it. A cup of papaya. Ripe. Soft. Let it help from the inside out. Because sometimes healing doesn't start in the gym. It starts on your breakfast plate. And now, let me show you the next fruit, one that holds the secret to muscle regeneration in its ruby red skin. Have you ever felt it? That moment when you reach for something and your hand feels slower than your mind. When you kneel to tie a shoe and your legs take just a little longer to lift you back up. You're eating well. You try to move. And yet, your body feels like it's aging faster than it should. Mrs. Maria 71 used to feel that way. She'd clean her kitchen each morning. But by lunchtime, her shoulders would ache, not from effort, but from something deeper, something invisible. The doctors called it oxidative stress, but she just called it tiredness that didn't go away. Here's the quiet truth as we age. Our muscles aren't just shrinking. They're inflamed, worn down by tiny, restless sparks inside our own cells. And that's where strawberries come in. Yes, strawberries. Not in jam, not in syrup, just fresh, raw, honest. Inside those soft red skins are anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that work like shields, guarding your muscles from the wear and tear of time. And vitamin C. It's there too, quietly, helping to keep the fibers in your muscles elastic, your joints less stiff, your movements smoother. Mrs. Maria began eating just half a cup each day, on oatmeal, with yogurt, or simply on their own, as an afternoon pause, and slowly she began to notice less soreness in her shoulders, a little more steadiness in her steps. Not a miracle, but a shift. And that shift matters, because sometimes we think muscle is just about protein, but strength. Strength comes from what you protect. If you've ever felt your body age faster than your effort, know this: you are not broken. You might just be oxidized. Try the strawberry. Let it quietly armor your body, one red bite at a time. And next, there's a small, fuzzy fruit that may hold the key to better sleep and stronger legs. Let's take a look. The night is quiet, but your body is not. While the world rests, your muscles rebuild, or at least they're supposed to. Mr. Philip, 76, didn't sleep well. He'd wake at 2 a.m. His calf tight, pulsing, a cramp that pulled him straight out of bed. It wasn't just the pain. It was the way it lingered. The way his legs would feel like rubber in the morning. Unsteady. Uncertain. He thought he needed more stretching, more water, fewer stairs. But what he needed was a small green fruit. Kiwi. It looks humble, almost hidden in its fuzzy shell. But inside, It carries a powerful blend of vitamin C, E, K, potassium, folate, fiber, and something even more important, actinidin. This quiet enzyme helps your body digest proteins better, so you don't just eat strength, you absorb it. Because after 60, digestion changes. Protein doesn't build muscle unless your body can actually use it. And at night, that process becomes sacred. Because sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Kiwi helps both. With natural serotonin, it calms your nervous system. It deepens your sleep. And while you sleep, your muscles go to work. Mr. Philip began eating 2 kiwis before bed. No pills, no powders, just the fruit, plain, whole. Within weeks, the cramps faded. His mornings came easier. And more than that, his confidence returned. In each step, stride. If you've ever woken in the night, legs stiff, mind racing, know this: the right nutrients at the right hour can change the way your body feels, even while you sleep. Try kiwi. Let the night become your recovery. Let the quiet do the work. And next, we'll explore a fruit that holds something remarkable, a way to bring life back to your blood vessels. And from there, to every muscle you move. There's a saying among doctors: youth hides in the blood vessels, not the skin, not the hair, but in the tiny roads beneath it all, the capillaries that carry life to every inch of you. Mr. Jack, 75, used to walk every morning. Nothing fast, just a short stroll after coffee. But lately, his legs would feel heavy. Each step slower, his heart still strong. But something felt stuck, like the blood just wasn't flowing as it used to. He thought it was aging, maybe the cold. But deep down, his muscles were starving for oxygen, for movement, for circulation. And then came the pomegranate. Deep red, tart, like nature's heartbeat. Few people know this, but pomegranate is rich in polyphenols, especially punicalagins compounds that help relax your blood vessels. They allow the arteries to open, let blood move freely, bring oxygen, nutrients, and protein exactly where they're needed most, to your calves, your thighs, your hands that tremble a little more than before. Mr. Jack didn't change his whole diet. He just started adding half a pomegranate in the morning. Sometimes the seeds in yogurt, sometimes the juice strained. No sugar. Within weeks, his morning walk felt easier, his feet lighter, the stiffness less demanding, because when blood flows better, muscles repair faster. You move more, and motion becomes freedom. If you felt that your legs aren't tired, but blocked as if something isn't getting through, you might be right. Try the pomegranate. Let it open the gates. Let your body receive what it's been asking for. Because sometimes, it's not strength that's missing, it's flow. And next, we'll meet a fruit you already know. Soft, familiar, but inside, it holds the very minerals your muscles have been whispering for. Let's talk about the banana. Sometimes, it's not pain. It's not even weakness. It's heaviness. That quiet fatigue that settles into your thighs as you climb the stairs. That subtle drag in your steps as you walk from room to room. You're not out of breath, but your legs feel tired, sooner than they should. Mr. Ken, 80, used to feel it every morning. He loved tending his garden, but bending down to pull weeds, standing too long in the sun, it became harder. Not because he wasn't trying, but because his body was missing something simple: minerals, potassium, magnesium, vitamin B6. And one fruit carried them all: the ripe banana. Not green, not just yellow, but speckled with dark spots, the kind that tells you it's ready to help. Bananas aren't just easy to eat. They're gentle on the stomach, and inside, they hold a powerful trio: potassium, to support muscle contraction; magnesium, to ease tension and reduce cramps; vitamin B6, to help your brain and muscles communicate smoothly. Because strength isn't only in the muscle, it's in the signals from your brain to your legs, your hands, your balance. Mr. Ken started adding a banana each morning, right before his walk, with a bit of peanut butter or just plain. After a few weeks, he felt more grounded, his footing more secure. He could move longer, without that dragging sense of effort. And perhaps more importantly, he smiled more, because B6 also helps lift the fog of low mood, and when you feel lighter inside, you move differently. If your legs have been feeling like sandbags, if your hands feel clumsy, if you miss that quiet energy you used to have, try the banana. Ripe, soft, not fancy, but faithful. It may be the gentlest boost your body has been waiting for. And now, we'll turn to a fruit that cares for your strength, by caring for your gut. Because if your digestion is off, no amount of nutrients can save your muscles. Let's talk about the purple plum. She didn't like to talk about it. Mrs. Helen, 75, kept things to herself. She ate well, took her supplements, but still felt tired, as if her body wasn't using what she gave it. And then there was the other thing, the part she never mentioned. She only went to the bathroom once every few days. Sometimes even less. Not painful, just stuck, heavy. And here's the thing no one told her: your gut health and your muscle health are connected. If your digestion is sluggish, your body can't absorb the nutrients it needs, especially the B vitamins that fuel your strength, your energy, your ability to move. That's where the purple plum comes in. Small, juicy, tart with a hint of sweetness, and quietly transformative. Plums are rich in two things older bodies need: soluble fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut; insoluble fiber, which keeps things moving. Together, they create a rhythm your body remembers from years ago, when digestion was easy and strength followed closely behind. But plums go further. They also contain phenolic compounds, antioxidants that protect your muscles from inflammation and support better absorption of iron. Mrs. Helen began with just 2 plums a day, fresh, washed. In the morning, she made it a ritual, and soon, her body responded. Her belly felt lighter, her steps firmer. She said she felt cleaner, but what she really meant was stronger. Because when the gut is clear, the body can build again. So if you've been eating right, but feeling weak, if your energy feels blocked, and no one can explain why, try the plum. Let it clear the way. Let your strength find its path back to you. And next, we'll talk about a fruit that fights pain. Not with pills, but with nature's own anti-inflammatory power. Get ready for the pineapple. Some days, it's not weakness. It's not fatigue. It's discomfort. You go to reach for something, and your shoulder says no. You take a long walk, and your hips complain for hours after. It's not sharp, but it lingers. Deep, dull, relentless. Joe, 82, used to stretch each morning. He tried yoga, light exercise, but his joints resisted, not because of injury, but because of something else. Inflammation, low grade, chronic, the kind that doesn't show on x-rays, but speaks every time you move. And then came the pineapple. Bright, bold, a fruit you've known all your life. But maybe not like this. Inside its golden flesh lives bromelain, an enzyme studied for decades, known to reduce inflammation in muscles and joints. It works not with force, but with softness, calming the tissues from within, so healing can begin. Pineapple also gives you manganese, a mineral that supports collagen production, essential for healthy tendons, because your muscles don't move on their own. They rely on tendons, the silent bridges between strength and motion. Joe didn't like taking pain pills. They upset his stomach. So he started eating a few slices of ripe pineapple each afternoon. Fresh, not canned, no syrup, just pure fruit. And within weeks, he noticed something different. His yoga felt smoother. He could turn his neck more freely. His steps, less cautious, more his. If you felt sore after simple tasks, if moving brings more tension than relief, it might not be age. It might be inflammation. And pineapple might be the ally you didn't know you needed. Try it. Let the enzymes do their quiet work. Let your body exhale. Because sometimes healing isn't about stretching farther, but about softening what's been holding you back. And next, we'll look at a small blue fruit that doesn't just nourish your body, but helps your brain and muscles speak the same language again. Let's talk about blueberries. Some days, it's not your body that feels off. It's the timing. You reach for a glass, but your fingers don't grip quite right. You walk across the room and feel just a little off balance, like your steps are a half-second behind your thoughts. Mrs. Evelyn, 70, used to be a dancer. She remembered how her body used to move before her mind even asked. But lately, her body waited, hesitated, moved slower than memory. It wasn't pain. It wasn't age. It was a disconnect between brain and muscle, a slowing of the conversation. And then she found blueberries. Tiny, deep blue, easy to overlook, but powerful. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins compounds that protect both neurons and muscle fibers. They help reduce oxidative stress in the brain, that quiet rust that slows down your signals. They also improve blood flow to areas of the brain tied to motor function, balance, coordination, rhythm. Mrs. Evelyn began eating a handful each morning. Fresh when possible, frozen when needed, no sugar, no syrups, just real food. And little by little, her timing came back. She could rise from a chair with confidence, catch a falling napkin before it hit the floor, even twill, just a little, in the kitchen while waiting for the kettle. Not a performance, just a memory. returned. If you felt unsteady, not weak, but unsure, blueberries may be your bridge between thought and motion, between who you were and who you still are. Try them, raw, unrushed. Let them reconnect the lines that time has stretched thin. And now, we reach the ninth fruit. It may not seem special at first glance, but inside its red skin lies a fiber your liver quietly craves and your muscles silently depend on. Let's talk about the apple. It seems too simple. A red apple on the table. Common, familiar, almost forgettable. But inside that simple fruit is something your body has been waiting for. Especially your liver. Mr. Allen, 74, didn't think much about his liver. He focused on his joints, his legs, his muscles that felt weaker than they used to. But no matter how much protein he ate, how many exercises he tried, his strength didn't return until his doctor told him, "Your liver is tired, not sick, not damaged, just boredness." Because your liver isn't just a filter, it's the silent builder of balance, the regulator of protein metabolism. And when it's overwhelmed, your muscles don't get what they need. This is where the apple shines. Particularly with the skin on it contains pectin, a natural fiber that gently cleans the digestive tract and lightens the load on your liver. Apples also offer quercetin, an antioxidant that reduces inflammation in soft tissues, including muscle fibers, including tendons, including the parts of you that move and hurt. Mr. Allen began eating one apple each afternoon, sometimes after his walk, sometimes as part of dinner. He didn't peel it, didn't sweeten it, just let the fruit do its work. And over time, his digestion improved. His body felt lighter. He no longer felt bloated after meals. And slowly, his strength returned, because when your liver functions well, your muscles can finally breathe and build and support you the way they once did. If you've been doing everything right but still feel stuck, still feel like energy slips through your fingers, look to the apple. Let it clean quietly, support gently, and remind your body how to rise again. And now, we've come to the end of our journey. 10 fruits, 10 stories. Each one a small offering from nature to you. Sarcopenia is not a failure. It's not a sign that you've done something wrong. It's a quiet signal that your body still remembers strength, and it's asking gently to be cared for. Each fruit we shared today is more than food. It's a gesture, a chance to tell your body, I haven't forgotten you. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to chase youth. You simply need to begin with one slice, one moment, one small choice that says, I'm still here, and I still matter. Because as long as you choose what to eat, you are choosing how to live, with more movement, more ease, more dignity. So tell me, which of these fruits already lives in your kitchen, and which one will you welcome tomorrow? If this video helped you or reminded you of someone you love, share it. You might just help them feel seen again. And if you'd like to continue walking this path with me, click on the next video. There's more to learn, more to reclaim, more strength still inside you. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. Blessings.